James Bond, an MI6 operative having earned his license to kill, begins his first mission by assassinating Dryden, a traitorous MI6 section chief, and his contact at the British Embassy in Prague. After this successful mission, Bond is promoted to a 00 agent, granting him the authority to carry out lethal assignments. Soon after Bond becomes involved in a high-stakes game of terrorism financing in Uganda, Mr. White, a mysterious figure linked to various criminal organizations, introduces Stephen Obano, a prominent member of the Lord's Resistance Army, to Le Chiffre, an Albanian private banker who provides financial services to terrorists. Obano entrusts Le Chiffre with $100 million to invest in terrorist activities. Le Chiffre uses his inside knowledge of an upcoming terrorist attack on Skyfleet, an aerospace manufacturer, to short-sell the company's stock, anticipating a significant profit when the stock value plummets following the attack. This financial manipulation is intended to fund his terrorist clients while enriching himself. Bond's pursuit of Le Chiffre takes him to Madagascar, where he tracks down and eliminates a bomb maker named Molaka. However, Bond causes an international incident by blowing up an embassy during the operation. He is reprimanded by M, the head of MI6, for his actions and for failing to bring Molaka back alive as instructed. Following a lead from Molaka's phone, James Bond finds himself in the beautiful Bahamas, where he unravels a web of corruption involving a Greek official named Alex Dimitrios. Dimitrios is linked to the infamous Le Chiffre, who orchestrated the bombing of Skyfleet's prototype airliner using Molaka as a hired hand. With his charm and formidable gambling skills, Bond engages in a high-stakes poker game against Dimitrios, emerging victorious and claiming the Greek's vintage Aston Martin as his prize. Determined to bring justice to those responsible for the terrorist plot, Bond follows Dimitrios to Miami, where a tense and exhilarating showdown ensues. Ultimately, Bond triumphs over Dimitrios, thwarting the destruction of the Skyfleet airliner and safeguarding countless lives. On the other hand, Le Chiffre suffers a crippling financial loss after Bond's intervention, jeopardizing the staggering $100 million the menacing Obano entrusted with him. Stricken by paranoia and fearing betrayal, Le Chiffre resorts to brutal tactics, mercilessly torturing his lover Solange to her tragic demise. However, undeterred by the setback, Le Chiffre hatches a daring plan to recoup his client's money, a high-stakes Texas Hold'em poker tournament at the illustrious CASINO ROYALE in Montenegro. With millions at stake, MI6 recognizes a golden opportunity to exploit Le Chiffre's vulnerability. In a strategic move, they enlists Bond into the tournament, hoping that a calculated defeat will coerce the cunning villain into seeking asylum with the British government, providing invaluable information on his clients. As the high-stakes game unfolds, Bond's mission takes an unexpected turn when he is paired with Vesper Lynd, a captivating British Treasury agent assigned to oversee the colossal $10 million buy-in. Bond and Vesper embark on a thrilling adventure together, heading to Montenegro to face Le Chiffre and his enigmatic web of intrigue as two individuals with their own motives and agendas. In Montenegro, the duo meets their contact, Renee Mathis, who provides them with crucial insights into the treacherous world they're about to enter. As the tension builds and the stakes rise, Bond's unparalleled skills are put to the test. The poker table becomes a battlefield of wits and deception, where fortunes are won and lost with every turn of a card. Amidst the high-octane action and deadly intrigues, Bond and Vesper's partnership evolves into something deeper as they grapple with the weight of their respective missions and the haunting shadows of their pasts. In the face of treachery and betrayal, the boundaries between friend and foe blur, leaving both agents uncertain of whom to trust. During the tournament, Le Chiffre becomes aware of Bond's tell, a subconscious behavior that reveals when Bond is bluffing. Le Chiffre uses this information to manipulate Bond's betting decisions, leading to Bond losing his initial $10 million stake. Vesper is unwilling to authorize an additional $5 million for Bond to continue in the tournament, resulting in Bond's elimination. However, a CIA operative, Felix Leiter, offers to buy Bond back into the game. Bond faces difficult decisions as the stakes escalate while navigating a web of deceit and betrayal. With the financial backing of fellow player Felix Leiter, a CIA agent, Bond enters the poker tournament. Throughout the game, Bond faces various challenges, including a poisoning attempt by Le Chiffre's lover, Valenka. Fortunately, Vesper intervenes and saves Bond, allowing him to continue playing. As the final round of the high-stakes poker game unfolds, Bond's exceptional gambling skills are tested against the cunning Le Chiffre. With everything hanging in the balance, Bond exhibits unwavering focus and determination, emerging triumphant and securing precious winnings. However, the danger is far from over. In a desperate attempt to regain his lost fortune and appease the mysterious terrorist organization he represents, Le Chiffre devises a diabolical plan. He kidnaps Vesper, the alluring British Treasury agent with whom Bond has forged an unexpected bond, intending to use her as bait to trap the secret agent. Le Chiffre takes Bond and Vesper to an eerie and desolate abandoned ship, far from the eyes of the world. On board this sinister vessel, Le Chiffre's wickedness knows no bounds. He tortures Bond mercilessly, seeking to extract the password to the bank account containing the poker winnings. His sinister ambition is to recoup his staggering losses and regain favor with the shadowy terrorist organization that looms ominously in the background. Despite enduring unimaginable pain and suffering, Bond refuses to yield. His unyielding spirit and steely resolve testify to the strong will that defines him as a legendary agent. Yet even in the darkest hours, Bond maintains a glimmer of hope, knowing that he must protect Vesper at all costs. However, as Le Chiffre's depravity reaches its zenith, an unexpected twist shatters the grim event. Mr. White, the enigmatic figure lurking in the shadows, appears on the scene, seizing control of the situation with chilling efficiency. In a shocking act, Mr. White eliminates Le Chiffre, removing the immediate threat to Bond and Vesper. It becomes apparent that Mr. White is the leader of the evil terrorist organization, and his motives remain covered in secrecy. In a puzzling move, Mr. White inexplicably spares the lives of Bond and Vesper, leaving them to confront the aftermath of the horrifying ordeal. The echoes of their terrifying encounter reverberate through their consciousness, leaving them both grappling with a complex tapestry of emotions. As Bond and Vesper navigate the uncertain aftermath, they are forced to confront the depth of their connection and the haunting consequences of their shared experiences. In the wake of danger and betrayal, the seeds of trust and affection between them begin to blossom, forging a bond that transcends the confines of their tumultuous circumstances. Bond wakes up in a hospital with Vesper at his side, and they grow closer during their time together. Bond becomes deeply infatuated with Vesper, and after confronting and apprehending his colleague Mathis, he decides to resign from MI6. Bond and Vesper's relationship deepens, and they escape the building. As Bond and Vesper grow closer, they decide to retire from their respective professions and start a life together. However, their newfound happiness is shattered when Vesper is confronted by Mr. White's agents, who demand the poker winnings as ransom for her life. The couple escapes to Venice, planning to start a new life together. However, their happiness is short-lived when M informs Bond that the winnings were never transferred to the British Treasury. Bond realizes that Vesper has betrayed him and conspired with Mr. White to save Bond's life by trading the winnings. Feeling angry and betrayed, Bond tracks Vesper to a handoff of the money in Venice. He engages in a fierce gunfight, attempting to save Vesper from her captors. However, the situation takes a tragic turn when Vesper locks herself in an elevator, preventing Bond from rescuing her, and drowns in the sinking building. Bond discovers that Vesper has been blackmailed into working for Le Chiffre's organization during the final rounds of the poker tournament. Determined to protect Vesper and stop Le Chiffre's nefarious plans, Bond confronts the dangerous banker in a thrilling showdown. Devastated by Vesper's betrayal and death, Bond returns to MI6 and resumes his service. In London, M reveals that the organization had threatened Vesper's lover, forcing her into a difficult and heart-wrenching choice. Bond angrily denounces Vesper as a traitor, but M posits that Vesper made a deal with Mr. White to trade the poker winnings for Bond's life. Realizing that Vesper left behind her phone to help him, Bond discovers the location of Mr. White at an estate in Lake Como. Eventually, Bond confronts Mr. White and seeks answers about the mysterious organization. He captures Mr. White, shot him in the leg, and identifies himself as Bond, James Bond.